Okay, here is a quick video about how I used to celebrate my baptism every year. Now, I was baptized as an infant, but I also was baptized as an adult, and I'm not going to go into all the theology behind all of that right now, but I do want to say that I really like adult believers' baptism because it's so personal and meaningful. I grew up, raised in the church, but taking ownership for your faith and deciding that this is like the direction you want to go to is such a big deal. And that's what really baptism for me was. Like, it was like a public thing to say, hey, I want to give up my life, my dreams, myself, and I want the Lord to live in me, and I believe that Jesus died, I believe he rose, and I believe it means something right now. I believe that he took the penalty for my sin, and that without that, like, there wouldn't be any hope for me in my life now and my life eternally. So anyway, it's a really big deal getting baptized, and it's very significant, and my baptism was really special to me. And every year after like on the day of the anniversary of my baptism, I was like trying to figure out a way to celebrate it or make it real. I like to compare my relationship to God kind of like a marriage, because it's like two becoming one. I think it's in John 17. I need to look it up, where Jesus is praying that he wants his heart for his disciples, that they become one like he is one. Anyway, that's kind of the closest thing that I can say is what it was like to get baptized and kind of like really see the Holy Spirit working in and through me. So basically what I did, I actually don't do this anymore. I did it for maybe the first 5 years after I got baptized. I went to CVS or Walgreens or Rite Aid or something, and I bought cards like in the anniversary section to your husband, and I bought one for God from me, like, hey God, and then I bought one from him to me every year. So I have like all these cards, and I wrote like the date on it, and which now you know the date, my baptism. It's either July 16th or 17th. Some of them say 17th, some of them say 16, I guess. Maybe I couldn't figure that out. I'll kind of give you an example of one. This one's actually hilarious. This is the one from God to me, which is really funny because it says, I was born to love you, which Jesus was born to show us his love, so that's why I picked this one. And then inside it says, happy anniversary, baby, So basically, kind of like in my my video about journaling, where I talk to you about my God to me journal, where he talks to me, I kind of summarized like the last year. He says, like, dear Rebecca, I don't know if I want to share this. It's kind of vulnerable. Let me just see. Anyway, I'm not going to read it because it is pretty personal. Yes, honey? So that was from God to me. Here's an example of one from me to God. It says, to my husband, my forever love. Okay, obviously this is super personal, and maybe you're like, wow, she's so weird. But let me just give you the reason why I used to do this. I want to make it real. Like, I feel like having faith in something that you can't see is sometimes really difficult. And this was a really practical way for me to say, no, like, my relationship with the Lord really does mean a lot to me. And doing these cards every year and making it, like, having something physical, tangible, it helped me to just see that I'm not crazy, but I have thought I'm crazy a lot. I'm like, God, this is so weird. And I'm like talking to you even though it seems like I know I'm talking to you, but gosh, it seems weird at the same time. All right, so anyway, I'm sure there's people out there who are like, wow, she's a weirdo. It's fine if you think I am, as I probably am. This is my card to God. It says, as time goes by, the really important things in life grow stronger, more meaningful, and even more precious. You're at the heart of everything that truly matters to me in this life. I love you and I always will. Happy anniversary. So then I like wrote this whole thing on kind of like this last year and different things I felt like I learned. Oh man, it's just so personal, but it just helped me make it more real. Okay. I think that's all I want to say. Let me see if there's any other cards I want to show you, just to give you an example. I don't know. I think you get the point. be interesting if anyone tries this, because it's really kind of a cool part of my relationship with the Lord, and sharing it with you is huge, because I didn't even share this, that I did this with I got married maybe 7.5 years ago. I didn't even tell my husband about this until, I don't know, we'd been married a couple years, because I was so nervous of what he would think about me doing that. I thought he'd think I was weird, and he probably does think I'm weird. But anyway, I hope you like this idea. It'd be cool if you tried it. Let me know what you do to celebrate your baptism every year and make it significant, or I just try to take some time every year and kind of reflect. And that was a way for me to practically reflect in a fun, creative, tangible way.